So far with Bandai's Figurized Standard Amplified Digimon Adventure Kits, we've gotten a extremely good one and a not so extremely good one. They say third time is the charm, so how does the brand new Metalgarurumon compare to what we've seen before? All I can say straight off the bat is, this was a great build. It's always fun to build something with 4 legs. I am actually incredibly impressed, but it is a little bit heavy on the stickers. But anyway, if you do want one of these of your own, this video right here would not have been possible without those absolutely awesome people over at Hobby Link Japan. So if you do want one of your own, link is down there in the description. Now let's get right into the review. Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm taking a look at this right here. Of course, this is the Figurized Standard Amplified Metalgarurumon from Digimon Adventures. So, before we actually take a look at the model kit right here itself, let's take a quick look around the box. So the front of the box looking pretty awesome, but we've seen this already. On this side of the box, we've got all the information about the finished kit. We've got effect parts for the wings. These look pretty rad. The wings can be removed and used as a sword, which is pretty cool, and I don't remember that ever happening. It does say that this is unique to the kit, so I guess someone may have played some Dark Souls before designing this kit. And the articulation takes into mind the movement of a quadrupedal thing like a wolf, so I can tell you already that this is quite impressive for how simple this kit is, so far, so good. And as for around here on the second side of the box, we've got a front and rear image of what this thing will look like completed, but we have it right here, so no point in laboring on that. And we have some information on Metalgarurumon itself, as well as what the amplified line is, which means this isn't your standard version of Metalgarurumon, which you may have noticed already. This is more of a spiky, angular, awesome redesign. But anyway, onto the model kit itself. So inside of this box, of course, we get Metalgarurumon itself. It does not come built, of course, this is a model kit. As for the parts included in this box, we've got 10 runners dedicated to Metalgarurumon itself, and I have to admit, I am extremely impressed by the plastic quality in this kit. We've got matte, semi-matte, metallic injection, gloss, clear, quite literally, we've got it all. This is one premium kit. On the metallic gold injection parts, we've got those big old protective parts again, which, to me, is technically free Warhammer terrain. On the multicolored runners, we do have the clear, yellow, shiny, awesome effect parts for up on the wings we'll take a look at later. And this kit includes a full action base. Once again, one impressive kit right here. This is a full action base, which includes all the adapters, all the parts, everything. It's just in Metalgarurumon colors. The only things that could be considered down points to this kit is we do have polycaps in here as well as a lot of stickers. Speaking about the polycaps though, we only use 6 of those, so for the majority of this kit it is plastic on plastic, which is great. And as for those stickers, oh, there is a lot of these. And I might as well talk about them right now. So as for those stickers, I did only use the ones on the face because honestly I do hate stickers, but it still looks pretty good. It is a little bit very blue in the body where it should have a lot of red, but it's still not that bad. Just for the sake of example, there it is, built without the stickers besides the ones in the face, which are kind of a requirement, otherwise it will have no eyes. And over here on this side then is what it should look like according to the manual. Of course, there is the option to paint it if you want, you can use the stickers, but if you do leave them off, it doesn't really look that bad. I've definitely seen a lot worse. So the sticker sheet in here is pretty ridiculous, so I'm not going to go through each one by one to show where they should go because that would take forever. But what I will mention is I use the eyes as well as those little snout parts just to make sure that his head did look pretty cool. But I will mention that there is a couple of parts that don't have stickers included, for example underneath his eye for his red eyeliner, or for on that little bit of a bit on his neck like you're seeing in the instructions right now. So there is no stickers for those, so more than likely if you want this thing to be fully color accurate, you're gonna have to paint him. But besides that, the colors are ridiculously impressive. We've got matte textured plastic for on all of the paws, all of that light blue, that is all in matte. That contrasts extremely well with the fairly glossy, darker shade of blue on the vast majority of the body, the very glossy, extremely dark blue that we get on some of the detailed segments like the ankle armor here. I will mention that because this is a very brittle plastic, it does tend to mark up, so you might need to take some care with that. All the gold sections are in that metallic injection gold, so this can look a little bit on the cheap side, so it will depend on your own taste whether or not you like this kind of metallic gold injection plastic or not. I think on this kit it does work quite well actually. The pink plastic in here is a high gloss which looks fantastic against the matte that is on the claws. And even more impressively, it is on the tongue, so the tongue does look, well, shiny. Pretty awesome. But the most impressive color on this kit to me is that clear red. This is on the nose, around on the back of the legs, on the front of the rear legs, and this looks impressive. However, I do kind of question the decision to give it a, well, clear red, red rocket. I mean, Rick, did you really have to go that far? Don't do that. And while we're checking out his underside, this is, well, one impressive underside. We've got this extremely nice clear blue in the chest, a lot of detail in that little section right there, and what I'm most impressed by is it actually has thrusters molded in the bottom of its feet in that dark gray. That is some awesome attention to detail. And anyway, speaking of detail, there is that 360-degree spin, so you can check out every angle of this kit for yourself, in case there's anything I forgot to mention, in case there's something you notice yourself that I have not, or just so you can take in every aspect of this kit. It is ridiculously impressive. So far, this, to me, is the best looking figurized standard amplified Digimon kit yet, and that's saying a lot considering how good War Greymon looked. This kit right here has made me super excited to see what they do in future. There is a lot of Digimon I would love to see done this well in plastic. So now moving on to the accessories, and here's the figurized amplified Metalgarurumon with absolutely everything that it comes with. So of course it's Metalgarurumon. The two extremely impressive looking booster effects for the wings. This little segment here, which is for using the wings up here as a sword. And of course we've got the full action base with this little adapter up top. And once again, when I say this is a full action base, it is an Action Base 5 by Bandai with all the included parts. So you can use this with pretty much whatever you want. Figures, gunpla, this kit. The only difference is this is in that nice Metalgarurumon lavender. So before I take a look at all this stuff, you might be a little bit disappointed to find out that this does not have any of those hatches, etc., where it has all its weapons and stuff like we would have seen back in the day in the anime. The only missiles on this are the ones up here in the shoulders, and they're just kinda there to look nice. They don't actually do anything. But it can hold its wing in its mouth. So first up, in order to get this airborne, the way that you use the action base is actually quite intelligent and quite fun. So you do have to pop them in half at the waist. The upper section just rests in here like this, and then you just pop on the back end, just like so. Flip out the wings then, and there you go, you've got Metalgarurumon in flight. As for attaching the wing effects, there is no left or right specific ones. They can be popped in whichever side. They just slot in as simple as that right there. Extremely simple. So there is an example of what Metalgarurumon will look like up on the action base, jetting around the place with those awesome wing booster effects. These are quite effective. They're very dynamic looking, dare I say, vigorous. The color is very nice, they're transparent, and they give a really cool booster effect. What can I say? These are some nice effect parts. So next up then we have the option to use the wings as a sword or a kind of glaive, because this thing is double-ended. So to prep this sword, we just pop off the wings like this. They can be a little bit stiff to remove. This kit does have a lot of stiff-fitting parts. Once those are off, we need to remove those little missile pods as well. Once again, quite stiff. And we just choose one end of this particular adapter segment to attach the wing in, and there we go. Next up, you have to open up Metalgarurumon's mouth, and this is quite impressive because we do have a cool gimmick here. So when you open up its mouth, the top section of the jaw pops down as well. So when you close it and open it, that little section moves up and down, which gives it a very natural look. This is a cool little bit of an attention to detail right here. I love that. But anyway, let's get his mouth open again and pop. The hole is in the roof of his mouth, so that's where we need to get this into. And there is Metalgarurumon doing his best Great Grey Wolf Sif impression, and this is a pretty cool little addition to this kit. Of course, he can't fly with this in his mouth, and you do have the option of popping the other wing into his mouth just like so. So now Metalgarurumon goes from doing his best Great Grey Wolf Sif impression to doing his best Baku from Gundam Seed impression. This is definitely a nice new gimmick for this kit, and this just kind of leaves me a bit curious. Can you use the effect parts at the same time? I don't see why you can't. Well, besides maybe them scorching his legs off. But yeah, it does turn out that you can manage to squeeze them in there if you want to, but they are squeezed in there. They don't feel all that, well, happy to be there, and it does look like he's going to scorch his legs off, so moving on. So now moving on into the articulation and build, and as much as I loved the War Greymon kit, I did feel like this is where it kind of dropped the ball. The articulation wasn't as good as I hoped it would be, and the build is a little bit finicky in places. It's still an absolutely fantastic kit, but it was the articulation that did keep it from being perfect. But thankfully that isn't the case right here with Garuru. Whoa, you're not sorry, I thought you were Garurumon for a minute there. Yeah, the articulation on this kit right here is pretty good, and the build, it's as solid as a rock. I am extremely impressed by this kit. Also, there is a quick 360-degree spin of Metalgarurumon living its best bipedal life, just in case you want to see that, because it does look quite good. I actually did this as a joke and didn't expect it to look as nice as it does. This kit packs in some awesome features, and I do hope we do see a figurized, amplified Garurumon sometime in future. So as for the articulation, the mouth can open like we've seen earlier on, but this is actually the head moving backwards, while the jaw stays in position. So if you do open the mouth up like this, you do limit some of the up and down looking. Actually, all of the up and down at the neck ball joint. And the neck is, in fact, a ball joint, just like I just said. And this does pretty much what you would expect from a ball joint. So it can look down, up, side to side, but the side to side is a little bit limited. However, it does totally make up for this because it has a lower neck joint which gives you a lot of side by side. That combined with the ball joint means you get quite a lot. And at this point we also have up and down. I will mention though, at the down point, there is less side to side than we have up at the top. What can only be described as the shoulder joint on this kit is quite the complex joint. There's a whole lot going on in here, which is essentially a set of swivels. This gives us a lot of lateral and rear movement, a lot of up and down, and it all tucks away extremely tidily. This is an impressive joint. And that is not all we have here. We also have a ball joint at the actual connection to the front leg. So this does exactly what you would expect from a ball joint, so that's full rotation and all that wiggly. And if that wasn't good enough, that ball joint can actually move up and down itself in the shoulder. Once again, incredibly impressive. So as for those front legs, once we get it detached, there is the, well, elbow bend. So that is very nice. The elbow armor moves with that. At the ankle, then, we've got this great joint right here, which allows flexion and extension like that, as well as rotation here, and also in here when it is attached. And once again, this is incredibly impressive. You're going to get pretty much anything you want out of this. Also, we do have a nice toe bend. Moving on to the rear leg now, and this has pretty much what we saw at the front, excluding all that inner motion. So that means we do have a up and down here, as well as all the movement you would get from the standard ball joint that's in here. So this, once again, is really impressive. The back leg features a 2-point bend at the knee, that's one joint. There is the second one. The armor at this point is exactly the same. Same goes for the joint in at the ankle. The only difference with the foot is we do not have that toe bend this time. As for the length of the body, this is extremely impressive. So first off, we have a pivot inside the upper chest. So it's not a lot, but when combined with everything else, it's pretty awesome. We have a second pivot then right here. So that is side to side. This joint allows it to move to the front and to the back as well. And then down in the hip section, we have that ball joint that we would have seen multiple times when we remove the lower body to attach on the action base. So when moved all together, there he is all the way to one side and then all the way to the other side. So that is incredibly impressive. Also, you can S-bend that too if you want to. The last thing we have here then is the tail, so up and down right here at a bit of a hinge. And we've got two ball joints at this point, so that allows this tail to move ever so slightly into different kind of curves, but not a whole lot. Man, every time I touch this, I learn a little bit more. This joint can push in like so and pull out like that to give more motion to that up and down at the rear leg. This thing is incredible. So because of that extra joint I found, that does mean that Metalgarurumon can do that iconic dog whiz pose. So once again, incredibly impressive. So there's so much going on with this kit, I almost forgot about the wings. So these can move back like so, forward like that, and all the way up like this where they can still move back. This looks like it can rotate, but it cannot, but still ridiculously impressive. So that right there is it for the review of the figurized amplified Metalgarurumon. And without a single doubt, you can probably tell by now that I am very impressed by this kit. and that to me makes it gold tier and the best one of these kits yet. When Bandai does a kit good, they do it ridiculously good, and that is what we have here. Not only do we have an awesome mashup of different textured and different finished plastics, that is high gloss, gloss, semi-gloss, matte, metallic, clear, we also have an amazing build that is both structurally brilliant and gives us a whole lot of articulation, and even more than I thought from what I saw when I was building this thing. The only real down point is its heavy reliance on red stickers. So if you don't like stickers and don't like painting, you may be a little bit bothered by this fact, but I still think this thing looks incredible without them attached. If you love yourself some Digimon, you will love this kit. I highly recommend this right here. It's gold tier, so that does mean it is the best one of these yet. Better than Wargreymon, and much better than that other thing that I forgot the name of. Omegamon, that was the one. Give that one a miss. Anyway, if you do want one of your own, there's a link down there in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more model kit reviews, and I will see you next time.